Hi gorgeous, and welcome back to another Circle of Women episode. Today we're gonna be talking about feminine embodiment. Here I am with my cup of ceremonial cacao, ready to dive into feminine mysteries. Very often we women, we desire to be roses. We desire to be the embodiment of the queen archetype. We desire to be adored, loved, respected, smell good, look pretty, right? The queen of the queens. But in reality, we are more like chamomile. Still very pretty and beautiful, still flower, right? But it's something different than what we desire to be. Now, what we often do, if we have a nice pot of chamomiles, what we do, we cut the tops, we take the hot glue, and we try to stick the blossom of the rose on top of chamomile. And we expecting that beautiful bush of roses soon gonna start growing. It's fake. It's temporary. It's not gonna work. Maybe you're gonna fool some people passing by, but long term it's not gonna work. What we need to do in order to really become, to have this rose bush, we need to dig the soil, take the chamomile with the roots and plant another flower, right? It will take time, it will take practice, but eventually roses will start to thrive and to bloom. So when we want to embody the queen archetype, when we want to embody her, the dream version of us, to work with the mindset, to work only with the blossom, only with the bloom, or to work only with the looks, with aesthetic appearance, face masks, injections, bubble baths, things like that, it could fool people for some time, but it's not gonna really create you who you desire to be. So we need to work with embodiment. We need to work with the body of the flower, with the roots. We need to dig deep to the very essence of your womanhood. So this is where the real work starts. This is where we're working with mother wound, with father wound, with feminine archetypes, embodying feminine superpowers. This is when we're working with inner child, with conscious sexuality, secret rage, sensuality. This is the practices that works with the root of your being, with your subconscious, with the trunk of the flower, so you can really embody her, the dream, the most authentic version of you. For those who don't know, my name is Aiste. I am feminine embodiment and leadership mentor, guiding women how to live their soft and successful life, how to thrive in their feminine leadership without burnout, without sacrificing time with the loved ones, with their family, how to thrive in relationship, deep, juicy relationship with their own bodies and also with their beloved. And last but not least, how to create the village of raving fans and sisterhood by using Circle of Women model. So your life can feel as good as it looks. So feminine embodiment. So I think that we are already clear that feminine embodiment is not about the looks, it's not about aesthetic appearance, it's not about only the mindset, even though mindset is very important. Feminine embodiment is so much deeper, so much richer, so much wider than that. And very often we're really taking our bodies for granted. I read a story not a long time ago about two fishes swimming in the ocean, and another fish comes by and he says, "Hi guys, how you doing? How is the ocean today?" And they're like, good, yeah, feels good. And then eventually they pass by and, oh good. And then these two fishes, they saying, "Dude, like, what is the ocean? What he's talking about? What is the ocean?" You see, so often the place where we're spending most of the time, the home where we're spending most of our time, it becomes so unfamiliar. We're really taking it for granted. We are not aware that we actually in the ocean, in the body, that we are not aware of different seasons, different feelings, different emotions, different moods. It is what it is. This is it. And so often this ocean, this mysterious ocean of our body becomes so unfamiliar, becomes so unknown, so undiscovered. We're traveling to most beautiful places in the world. We're already exploring other planets, but not so often we're taking the most profound pilgrimage. And the most profound pilgrimage is really going down deep in your body and uncovering what's happening there, making yourself alive, making yourself juicy, vibrant once again. Because just as me, I truly believe that you remember yourself as a child, perhaps spending time in your grandmother's village, riding the bicycle, feeling the air on your skin, on your hair, feeling tired, sweaty, but so alive. Or eating these organic strawberries from the garden and like really all your face is full of strawberry and you're really savoring every bite, you're really feeling the rain and the sun and the juice of the strawberry. I'm sure you can come back to this moment in your childhood when you felt so alive, so here and now, so present to your body, so present to the sensations. And unfortunately, when we grow up, for different reasons, we're going to discover them in a moment, we lose this connection to our body, we lose connection with our senses, we lose this embodiment, and we need like big things. We need to go to Michelin restaurants in order to awaken our taste buds. We need to go to faraway trips in order to bring excitement into our field, because we feel numb. We feel that nothing makes us alive, and nothing impresses us. Nothing can make us happy anymore. It needs to be big things, you know? So embodiment really brings you back to the slowness, the simplicity of life, and richness of life. I guess richness, this is the word. Why this happens, why we're becoming this embodiment, why we women becoming so numb, so disconnected from our heart, from our womb, from our sexuality, why we're struggling so much with low libido, with fertility problems, painful menstruations, painful giving birth, painful intense menopause. Why all these things happen, the most natural, the most organic rites of passage becomes so intense, becomes so traumatizing, becomes so heavy for us women. The answer is simple: because we are disembodied, because we're not spending time in the body. We live in a man's world, and we live in the upper realm, always in our mind, thinking, analyzing, competing with one another, another project, another opportunity, another investment, another task. To-do list is never ending. And we spend that much time going down from the shoulders down, connecting with the womb, with the breast, with the belly, with the emotions, with sensations. We're shutting them, we're ignoring them by having another glass of wine, by popping a pill, by doing Netflix and chill, shopping, going on holiday, going for a run. I need to do something not to feel. It drives me crazy. This anxiety is overwhelming. Depression is overwhelming. I cannot sleep. I feel so much. Your body is screaming, that's why you feel. And the real problem is when we stop feeling and we're becoming numb. This is how we create hell here on earth. But you can change that. You can create paradise here on earth by implementing embodiment practices back into your life, just as you did when you were a child. You just need to remember. It's nothing new that you need to learn. You just need to remember. So feminine embodiment is really sacred remembrance of your birthright, to be connected to your body, to be here and now, to be alive, to give yourself permission to feel safe, to feel the pleasures of life once again, without guilt, without remembering these limitations of being a human. There is the story that I like to tell my students about a house. You know, when we are little, or in early teenager years, you know, we live in this house that's beautifully decorated. It's nothing fancy, nothing special, but it's beautiful. We live there, we have nice sofa to rest, we have fireplace, we have kitchen, we have fridge full of food. We really staying there and enjoying time with our family, with our beloveds. Imagine, we really living the life. We are happy, we have more than enough, right? But then once you look through the window and you see that all of your neighbors, they are on the street and they're pointing to each other's houses. So eventually you go out to see what's happening there, what is this meeting is all about. So you go outside and you see that, well, yes, they are all outside looking at each other's houses, gardens, cars, garage, flowers in the garden, the windows, yeah, doors, all of these things, and they're comparing whose house is bigger, whose house is more modern, better decorated, which house got bigger windows. And eventually you really start having this very, very close look to your own house from outside, first time. And at the beginning everything seems fine, but the more you hear other people comparing each other's houses, the more you start to analyze your own house and look for imperfections. Maybe I actually should change the door, and I should change the roof because it's just a little bit too old, and the car really doesn't fit my house. I need to upgrade the car. And the flowers, I need more flowers because the Mrs. on the left, she got much nicer garden. I really need to do something with that. And eventually you barely spend any time inside the house, living in the house, enjoying the comfort of the house, enjoying the pleasures that house is ready to offer to you. But you spend all of your time outside, analyzing, judging, trying to improve the aesthetic appearance of the house. This is exactly what happens with our embodiment, with our connection to the body. When we are children, we just, we are happy with the body we've got. We've got legs that walks, hopefully, hands that hugs, heart that feels, eyes that sees, nose that smells, and we feel like kings and queens, 100 years ago in south of France. We got so much. But eventually society, magazines, TV, starts to say, this is how you need to look. This type of body is better than this type of body. This skin color is better than this skin color. And we're starting to judge ourselves more and more and more and start to make ourselves more and more perfect until it drives us so mad, so crazy, until I'm getting so addicted to looking to ourselves from the outside. Our body is the outside, and so little time is spending inside. And this is when the shift happens. This is when all this painful menstruation starts to happen. This is when the fertility problems arises, sexuality problems arises, embodiment of the archetypes, they are completely messed up. This is where the problem starts to happen most of the time in our teenager years. So embodiment is really the key in your feminine embodiment journey, becoming connected to your feelings, to your emotions, to your sensations, and not only connecting, but learning how to deal with them. How I can deal with the anger that arises without numbing it, suppressing it, ignoring it. How I can deal with sadness, with grief. How I can use these emotions, alchemize them into woman's superpower, because they are superpowers. Every single emotion comes to you as a medicine, as a little child begging for your attention, begging for your presence. And the more we push this little child away and saying, you are not nice, I want to feel good emotions, you are not good child, I want to see nice child, go away, the more this child gets more and more upset, right? Every single time you push this child away, the more and more intense you'll become. So every single emotion is medicine. And we've been brainwashed to believe that anger is bad, that sexuality is bad, that pleasure is bad, that grief is bad, sadness is bad. They are all feminine superpowers. And we are exploring all of these feminine superpowers together with archetypes, mother, father wound, inner child healing in Embody Her 6-month feminine embodiment course. It's my signature program, and I would love to see you there in case you feel that this conversation resonates with you, in case you start feeling something in your heart, in your belly, in your sacral, in your womb. Then check out circleofwomen.com, embody her, or just look at the description under this video and you'll see a link. I would love to see you there and dive you so much deeper into this topic. In this course, I'm teaching 33 feminine embodiment practices that can help you to embody her, the dream version of you, and live your soft and successful life that feels as good as it looks. So how we can start working with embodiment, what we can do, the simple things. First of all, we need to start listening to our body and our body's needs. So notice when you are thirsty. Don't suppress the feeling of thirst. Give yourself that glass of water at the very second you start to feel thirsty. Actually, it's starting to feel thirsty right now. So have a sip. Maybe you're sitting and your leg became numb. Very often we just ignoring because it's just not comfortable now to change the position. So make sure that you're doing what your body desires to do. Maybe you're on your computer all day and your body is really begging for a juicy stretch, or maybe she's begging to go out for a little walk, but you're thinking, yeah, I want to go for a walk, but I just need to finish this thing, I need to finish that thing. And eventually, 3 hours later, you're still sitting on the same chair in front of the same computer, So really listening to the body on a daily basis and giving what body desires that moment, if it's possible. Could be not the right time to go and give food to your body or go to the bathroom or go for a walk, but we're really trying to do our best to listen and to give what our body desires. So when we will start giving to our body what she actually needs, the more our body will start talking to us, the more our body will start to feel, the more our body become alive. The other thing what you can do is to do those daily check-ins. At the beginning it might be morning check-in when you just wake up and instead of reaching for the phone, you just connecting with your heart or with your belly, with your womb, with the area that resonates with you the most, and you're really sensing, okay, how I'm feeling right now, what is present. Okay, I feel a little bit sad. Where is the sadness? Yeah, where the sadness is located? Is it in my throat, in my chest, in my belly, in my womb? Where is she? It's all over the body. So start to really notice different emotions. And eventually, this little quick check-ins can really become the practice that you carry throughout the day. You are in the car, you're waiting in the queue. You're waiting for your coffee, okay, how I'm feeling. So from the head into the body. And this being in the body, it sounds just so simple, right? Just bringing attention to the body, easy as that. But it's such a medicine you cannot imagine. So many women, they say, okay, I'm very conscious, I'm very ambitious, I'm a business babe, I'm working hard, I spend so much time in my mind, and I do want to be more feminine, I do want to be softer, because I desire to attract this, very masculine man, so I understand that I need to be feminine. I desire to heal my crumbling marriage because I am just too masculine. I'm disconnected with my body. I don't want to make love. I am not soft with my kids, with my beloved. I want to soften. This is the answer, how to soften. This is the answer. Go back to your body. And it's really, now listen very clear because it's so important, this piece. If at work during your working hours, or maybe maybe you are mommy now, maybe this is the chapter that you are in, and it doesn't matter, the to-do list is endless, and if we're spending 100% of our energy in our head throughout the day, it's so hard in the evening when kids in the bed and we close the computer, to just like that go into the feminine mode. Just like that to be all soft and juicy and sensual and loving and caring and magnetic and activated. It's impossible to do the shift like this. It's impossible to go from cold water, the masculine water, into the bubbling 100 degrees feminine water. So what we do, we're trying to keep the simmer, we're trying to keep ourselves lukewarm throughout the day by checking in, coming back to the body, feeling the emotions, feeling the sensations, asking ourselves, am I thirsty? Do I need stretch? Do I need to shake my body a little bit? Do I need to sit with my emotions for a moment? Do I need to have a little nap? What my body wants to eat today, yeah? Instead of doing everything manually, like a robot, yeah? This is going to change not only your life, but your relationship. The way you show up to your beloved, to your husband, to your kids. Everything going to change when you're going to embody more feminine energy in your body, when you will be alive in your body, connected to your body. Yeah, so this is the most important pieces of the feminine embodiment puzzle that I wanted to share with you today. Remember that feminine energy is really not about the looks, about the aesthetics, about what kind of makeup you use and how bouncy your hair is, and what kind of style you have, if you're dressed with beautiful silky dresses, or not. It's just the surface. It matters. It's energetics, right? But it's really not the root. It's not the foundation. So if you truly want to embody the rose or another soul flower that you desire to be, the flower that is the most connected to your most authentic self, remember, it's not enough just to cut the top and plant the rose on top of chamomile. We need to be brave to dig deep into the darkness, into the shadows, into the wounds, into your feminine, masculine bloodlines, all of the things that happen there. We need to be willing and ready to do some healing. We need to be ready and willing to go into and touch these uncomfortable places of ourselves. This is when we can truly step into our power and start living the soft and successful life that you was born to have. And this is when we're going to really create paradise here on earth. As one of my greatest teachers said, Osho, paradise or hell is not down or up. It's here on planet Earth. And it's up to you what you're going to create, what kind of life you're going to create for yourself. So Circle of Women movement, Embody Her program is really designed for the women who can lead themselves. I am here by the side. I'm giving you tools, practices, teachings. I bring you so deep into feminine embodiment, feminine psychology. But you need to be a woman who is ready, who is so freaking ready to take her life in her hands and start leading herself. Doing the work, doing the healing, and really becoming the dreamers version of themselves. So she can affect the future generations too by leading by the example of her own embodiment. Not just the words, not just the actions, but really becoming her. So once again, you are very welcome to join Embody Her 6-month Feminine Embodiment Program. The doors are open, and I would love to see you there. If you are ready to lead yourself, if you are ready for this embodied change in your life. See you in Embody Her.